Yeah, good to see you. Oh, your hands are nice and warm. It's freezing up
Sitting
there.
up here.
Yeah. We need some heat up here, guys.
Do you want to do an opening statement or go straight to?
I don't have much for an opening statement, but I think thank you all for being here today. I think it's a really exciting time as we start to think about tipping off college basketball. So thank you in advance, and any questions are more than welcome.
Okay, at this time, if you'll raise your hand, we'll get you some questions. We'll start right here.
Hi, Coach. Johnny Thornton with Game Day Weekly. Talk about things that you're trying to work on to improve after last year's great run.
Yeah, I think our run in the WNIT was really helpful for our program. We needed to learn how to play long into the season, and that which we did. I was really pleased with our resolve and the competitiveness that we showed as a group. In the off season, we've worked tremendously hard at, oh goodness, I hesitate to say it because, you know, we have a little ways to go, right? But the rebounding and defense. If we can become a better defensive team, it's going to set the tone for our offense and allow us to play at the pace that we'd like to play. And in order to do so, we need to be just a bit more physical and really be elite in our rebounding.
Gabrielle Lewis, the next. Can you tell me about bringing on Ryan Howard? What was the story behind that? You know, she played for an SEC team, but not yours. So I'm curious, you know, how you got her to come to Florida.
You know, when we were looking at filling that position, it was really important as a staff to understand, you know, we want to surround our student athletes with somebody who has done or is doing what they dream of, right? And that was a hole that we felt like was missing, not in Ryan in particular, but just something that we were looking for. And now I'm not sure if many of you know, but Ryan's mom played at Florida, Miss RJ, and she was a tremendous player for the Gators. And so, you know, we just reached out to her, and it seemed like a perfect fit being in Atlanta. And, you know, she's talked a lot about developing her leadership skills as well. And that's something that, you know, she'll bring to our team and our staff, as well as her knowledge and her experience as a player.
Got another one here. You had a bit of an exodus this season, 6 transfers out. Can you talk a little bit about rebuilding from that and, you know, what you may attribute that to?
Oh boy, I think that's just kind of how it goes these days. I don't think that is unique or different to any program with the change in the transfer portal rules. The additions that we have been tremendous for us, and not sure how many of you remember, but Aaliyah Matharu sat out for us last season. She'll be competing for us, as well as Zippy Broughton, who redshirted last season due to an injury. And so the two of them combined with Kenza Salga, Arani Kindred, Alexia Dizeko, who's the WBCA Junior College Player of the Year, and Layla Reynolds are great additions for our team that, you know, are going to help us with that physicality like we just talked about, the rebounding, and, you know, just the overall pace and how we're trying to play.
Hi, Coach. Ashley Woods with the Crimson White. Building off of the Ryan Howard question, being so close or near a WNBA team, how important was it for you to kind of bring that exposure to the collegiate level as we've seen the WNBA kind of grow, women's basketball kind of grow? What was that kind of, why was it important to you to bring somebody with that experience into the program?
I mean, she's living right now what many of our student athletes' dreams are. And so when you can speak from that level of experience, you know, whether it's USA basketball, whether it's being a #1 draft pick, whether it's being the Rookie of the Year, being an all-star, what does that sound like? What does that look like? What does that feel like? And what comes with that responsibility? So her ability to impact us with what that is, I think is tremendous. And for our team to know and understand, She's doing it right now. So sometimes it can be a matter of an opinion, but the fact is, this is what it takes. I think in the back.
Obviously, you don't want to have players sit out, but it is kind of unique that, you know, the two leaders of your backcourt now both had to sit out last year. How did you see them maybe bond in a way over the last year and maybe grow and be prepared for this last season?
Yeah, I thank you for that question. I think it's a great question. They've both developed a knowledge of the game that potentially they didn't have before. Just understanding time, score, situation. They've really developed the mental side of play, which I'm looking forward to seeing on the court together, in addition to their skills, you know, their passing, their scoring. Both Zippy and Aaliyah play both sides of the ball, and they do so with a competitiveness and an effort that many times goes unmatched. And I think, you know, them having each other to bounce ideas off of, to understand what each other were going through, was extremely beneficial to our team.
What does a run like you all had in the WNIT add to the confidence of the team?
You know, we looked at it, you know, as we want to play as long as we can. Before, we talk a lot in our program about the process and the plan in which to take the steps necessary to get where you want to go, right? And for us, that we felt like that was a huge step for us in understanding the duration of the season, what it takes, you know, break the season down into 5-week segments or quarters, if you will, and how do you refocus and what is required during each stage of the season in order to find success. And I think it helped us build our confidence tremendously. Good.
Any more questions? Okay, Coach, good luck.
No, thank you all. Let's have a great season.